Hello everybody, welcome to It Was Tuesday, which has become more relevant than it ever has before thanks to the latest announcement from Capcom for Street Fighter 6. The Season 2 DLC has been revealed, including M.Bison. And not only has M.Bison been revealed, but he has a horse. And they did it on purpose, the whole It Was Tuesday thing. I mean, come on. It had to have all been done intentionally. And so, yes, ladies and gentlemen, It Was Tuesday, your favorite podcast out there, the most important podcast of your life, is now more relevant than ever. So I hope you guys enjoy this. But again, Bison is back, and he looks absolutely... To borrow the term from EU, he looks mental, okay? He looks amazing. So let us watch the gameplay reveal trailer of M.Bison, and then we'll go through it little by little to talk about some of the subtle things that we can see here. So let's take a look. The horse!
Do I resemble this man you call Bison? I shall take that name for myself. Interesting.
Very classic font. It's crazy, it's a slide and a sweep.
I shall crush your spirit. No!
Oh no!
This is it! Prepare! For your life!
I love how they have him beating up on Jury as well. They always try to do a lot of lore references.
Cry for mercy. Prepare.
Oh God! Combos go forever!
Psycho! Punisher! Peasant!
This is the crazy one, dude. What?
Wait!
What?
Your time ends here. Satisfy my hunger. That is all I need from you.
Holy crap. Dude, like... And then the shocker of all shocks, you know, they revealed he's coming out on the 26th. He's coming out on the 26th of this month. He's literally coming out in 15 days. He's literally coming out in 15 days. Dude, God, do I do it again? Do I go into my rant? So, John the Automaton is talking about how, you know, his arms are crossed everywhere, even when he's on the horseback. Do I go into my standard rant again? Yes, I'm going to do my standard rant. See, NRS, that is how you make it look right. Because freaking when Darkseid has his hands behind his back, his whole upper body is so stiff, and he like kicks, but he has no momentum. Like, I know they tried to make him look badass by having his hands behind his back the whole time, but there's no momentum, there's no energy. Like, his body is like, it looks like they just animated the feet without moving his body, and it looks awful. But with Bison, like when he's on the horse, you know, it still like moves him around a little bit and stuff like that. But, you know, it's about maintaining the stoic pose. Anyways, come on. Anyways, okay, all right. Let's watch this again. A little bit of slow motion here to see what... no, go back. Here we go. So here's the start here. And I love the fact that, you know, he just blows up JWT really badly at the start. But, I mean, he's riding a freaking horse, dude. Now, the best part about that is that Nakayama-san has said the horse has a name. The horse has a name. So the question is, what's your guess on what the horse's name is? What do you think the horse's name is? I think the horse's name should be Horse. I think the name of the horse should be Horse. And the only reason why is because that is a reference to Princess Bride, the book. So I think that would be amazing. But I mean, I do like people who say Raul or maybe even Julia. Name the horse Julia. Name the horse Martez is actually a good one too. Horsey McHorseface. Isn't that like that boat that got named like Bodie McBoatface or something like that? But yeah, Buttercup in the book for Princess Bride, her horse was named Horse. So she just called him Horse. Could you fetch horse for me? Oh man. But here we go. Yeah, I mean, dude. I mean, come on. Like, that's a nod to the It Was Tuesday poster. For sure, right? There's no question. Come on. But again, like, look how Bison actually moves while he's on the horse, right? Like, you could actually see him, like, you know, you see, like, his legs are moving with it, and he's, like, you could tell he's changing his upper body angle to try to keep it upright, and as, like, you can actually see him moving with the momentum of stuff. Bison Buck is actually kind of funny. I mean, honestly, Nightmare is a good name, but it's a common name for an evil horse, right? So, but yeah, Bison, freaking, and what is with this old-timey font? Like, it's a Western font, man. But yeah, cross hands on the horse, even when he gets off the horse, is amazing. Look at this. He's just like, whatever. Off the horse. Now, he does say, I will adopt that name M.Bison. So a lot of people are speculating what that means. Most people are saying he's probably has amnesia. He's been resurrected. He still doesn't know who he is yet. Kind of like Abel when he was resurrected. He's still trying to figure out who he is, you know, trying to remember his past and stuff. So this might just be a situation where M.Bison doesn't know who he is just yet and is trying to remember that. So he's been brought back to life. But you know, a lot of people are saying it's too early to bring Bison back story-wise and stuff. Like, we should have been longer, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, when Ed's stage came out, which was this stage, people are like, oh, that probably means Bison. That's probably Bison and that thing. And then he showed up real fast. I think a lot of people thought that it might have been a little bit too fast. But, I mean, he looks sick. At least he looks sick. I mean, that's standing fierce. And interesting, so that looks like a standing heavy kick, but that looks very different than his standard standing heavy kick, because he used to kick forward, but now he kicks sideways. So very different right there, but there's a target combo into a low. Now keep in mind that this target combo into the low looks like it starts off of his medium punch here, and he goes into a low. Here's the whiff punish here into that. So he looks like he has a target combo into the overhead as well, with that medium punch into the overhead like he's always had. But of course, when he did the target combo, it wasn't actually an overhead at that point. So I don't know if this is actually gonna be a high-low mix-up off of that standing medium punch. And even if it is, it's probably gonna be very negative on block. And because it's in a target combo, you're not even gonna be able to make it safer out of a drive rush. So it depends on obviously what the frame data is for that, right? But this is the cool thing, is he has a slide and they showed he has a sweep. They gave Bison a sweep. Dude, If they actually called the horse Mr. Ed to make fun of Ed, JNV11, that would be hilarious. Yeah, but he's got a legit sweep now. There's the standing medium kick that we're all used to here. That's the standing medium kick that is like Bison cannot exist without this move. If he didn't have this move, I think there'd be something wrong. But here they showed his crouching fierce looking really good as an anti-air, which is really terrifying, to be honest with you, because Bison having anti-air is always a scary thing. And here's his taunt, the psycho power, or is that soul power? Is there some people saying that this looks like soul power because it doesn't quite look like psycho power? Who knows at this point? I mean, to me, it still looks like psycho power. It's purple, it's a flame. You know, I'm sure that's still psycho power, but what in the world here? So now he has a punchy special move, right? So he's got jab cancel into this double swingy punch, and this punch plants a bomb on the enemy. So instead of having to go into the command grab like he did in V-Trigger 2 for Street Fighter V, he just has a special move that plants a bomb on you. And I don't know how he triggers it because the timing for the explosion has been different every time. It might be more like Retribution from Gil in that certain moves just trigger it. But also it should be noted that his scissor kick is no longer a charge motion. It is apparently a command normal, which is quarter circle forward plus kick. Oh, God. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be scary to have not be a charge move anymore. But, yeah, he does the scissor kick, and it instantly explodes the bomb. So, did he hit with the scissor kick here? Let's see here. She gets hit. Bomb. Oh, wait, no. Then he just throws her with that great throw, and then the bomb blows up there. Okay, so the bomb didn't blow up right away. So that was a delayed bomb explosion right there. Is that an overhead? Doubtful that's an overhead. Which one are you talking about? The scissor kick? No, scissor kick has never been an overhead. But the greatest thing is that the first time Bison ever got this throw was in Street Fighter EX. They just gave him this weird throw and he tossed you off of him and then you could juggle into a super. So he had the ability to like do back throw into super scissor kicks and juggle you. And then they gave him this throw back. What was it in CVS 2? I think they gave him this. No, CVS 2 was the one where they gave him the scissor kick into the double kicky into the face kick. But I think they also did give him the EX throw as well. So this is like one of the only vestiges of EX lore that has actually survived into proper Street Fighter, is that kick throw from Bison. But yeah, the bomb explodes and then he gets the juggle. Dude, the timing of his is going to be crazy. He's going to be able to find crazy setups. So there we go. And you see the bomb exploding there. I don't know if that's good enough timing for him to get a juggle. See, I don't know how much of that animation is post-animation and how much of it is skippable. Okay, and then, yeah, so there was a single punch version into a bomb. So what's interesting is that maybe he has multiple versions and animations, and so the different ones that he plants the bombs into you have different timers, but because they have different Panchy animations, that you'll know what the timer is, right? So that might be the case right there. But the way that they made his head stomp and Devil's Reverse in this game look in this trailer makes it look super broken. The move has always been interesting. Like, it's always been scary when it's really good, but then when it's not good, it's just like, what's the point of this move? The trailer for Aki made everything Aki did look super broken, and then when the game came out, they weren't. So it's very easy to show this footage in a way that makes the head stomp and Devil's Reverse look really, really strong. We'll see how it goes, because obviously this jury here blocks this and she DPs right away. You can probably wait a little bit, you know, for example, but there's the Devil's Reverse, so changing that, and then there's the Devil's Reverse again. But what is that? The hell is that? So see, this Devil's Reverse only hits once here, pow, And then what is this? The Devil's Reverse hits twice and then the bomb explodes. When he gets the bomb on you, when he plants the mine on you, does that power up his moves? Or is that just the OD Devil's Reverse? You just didn't see it because we didn't see the OD head stomp part of it. I don't know, but that's gross. Because I wonder if you're in the corner or whatever like that, if you could combo off of this, right? Boom. Like, can you get there fast enough with a combo? So there he's linking off of that overhead move, which I'm assuming he probably got a... we don't have the UI, so we don't know if we have a punish counter or a counter hit or whatever. But he's linking off of it into the drive rush cancel, into, once again, Paunchy Punch move, which should have planted a bomb, but instead exploded the bomb. Goes into the super here, but it looks like... Okay, so it looks like the bomb is gone. Yeah, but that's the EX super. So this is the super that came from the EX, where he does the stompy stomp double kick. And then flips off like that. It's so weird how that of all things has been canonized into Street Fighter. And yeah, Bison, another one of these characters that is in pain. So when he wins, oh, the pain, the power, what is this? I mean, it's kind of corny at this point. My hand, right? I mean, like the my hand syndrome of fighting game characters, of anime characters and stuff. What is this power? Oh, it is taking, like, oh, okay, all right, I get it. Like Rock Howard, yeah, exactly. And then there's the horse and Bison in his classic costume, of course. I just want to know what Bison does in World Tour mode. Like, I just want to know how this works. Are you going to try to help him remember who he is? But look how fast that is. Now, obviously, this is great. He's got a jury drive rush. It looks like he goes all the way across the screen. Now, obviously, Guile throwing a sonic boom here means that he's an idiot. You would flash kick here if you ever saw Bison running at you like this. But he's too late. Actually, he didn't even sonic boom. He tried to sonic blade. So he's going to get hit by the crouching medium kick into the OD Paunchy Punch, which ground bounce slams you and then throws on the bomb and then gives you better Oki, so he could do that, and then the explosion there. And there is definitely ways to combo off of this with the right timing. Oh, so that's what the OD version looks like. So the last one wasn't the OD one. So he did the OD follow-up. So even the regular head stomp was normal. He does an OD Devil's Reverse. It does the follow-up punch and another one and then explodes. And it definitely looks like he can juggle right there. So he can't flash kick because DR eats the input. Oh, I see what you're saying. All right. Okay. Got it. Okay, with punish counter, big combo into the Paunchy Punch, into the ground bounce again. Now the bomb explodes and he bounces hella far. Look at how high he bounces. So you definitely get combos off of that. DJ, I mean, I'm going to think it's like Jury versus DJ, in which DJ has the fastest momentum going forward, but Bison and Jury overall have the longest range, and no momentum shift during the run. Like a lot of characters, when they start to drive rush, towards the end, they start losing momentum. But Jury and apparently Bison just run clear across the screen. But like Cammy, like she drive rushes, she goes, pew, and then halfway across the screen, she just stops. Right, Aki's drive rush is mad long, but again, not very fast, right? So it looks like Jury and Bison have the longest, has the best combination of long and fast, basically. But that was hella fast, and it goes into an animation. Okay, let's talk about this. Some people have brought this up, and obviously, knee on the back of the neck can be a very, very sensitive thing here, given, past transgressions, George Floyd, etc., etc. People have brought this up. I am not going to speak on this topic because I am not the right person to speak on this topic. I am not a person who's going to be, who should have, be able to say, should people be offended or worried or not? I am not in that position. However, what I do want to say, though, is that people who are concerned have a right to be concerned. And people who don't think it's that big of a deal have a right to not think it's a big deal. Let's not get angry about it. Let's discuss it kindly. Let's discuss it nicely. And let's not get all crazy about it. I've already seen the kind of things that it's caused. One of the original people who tweeted about it had to delete their tweet because people were yelling and all this stuff was happening. And like I said, I am not in the position to say whether this is fine or this is not. That is not my place to say. So again, you know what? Like I said, I don't think that it is not, we can't just dismiss it. We can't just be like, you know what? Those people are crazy. But we can't also just be like, you know what? They shouldn't be offended, or, let's have an intelligent discussion about it. Okay, let's have an intelligent discussion about it. And again, when people are saying some people in chat are saying Japan doesn't know who George Floyd is, let it go, it's fine, or whatever like that. And that's true. And that's absolutely true, right? But that's why it's important to discuss it from a standpoint where, look, if it is offensive, if it does trigger some people, Capcom maybe might want to look into doing something different, right? Maybe, who knows? But again, I am not the person to sit here and tell you which way to do it, right? I am not the right person, because there are going to be a lot of, black people on the internet who might not like this. And there's going to be a lot of black people on the internet who's like, this, dude, it's a fighting game. They're beating each other up. It's fine. Again, it is not my place to say. So that's all I'm going to leave it at, but I'm going to address it because it was a big topic on the internet. And I just want to say to everybody out there that we shouldn't discount people's concerns, but then, at the same time, we need to discuss it intelligently, basically. So, all right, so here we go. Psycho Crusher going through the Sonic Boom. Why? Why is the Psycho Crusher going through the Sonic Boom? Why? Look at this. That's not even an OD Sonic Boom. He just went through it. Does Psycho Crusher just eat Sonic Booms now? To eat projectiles? Oh, man. And then here we go in there, and then the bomb is still on him. Oh, interesting. Now, look at that. Okay, wait. The bomb is on him, but they showed... Did the bomb... It went away. Weird. I don't know what caused that bomb to go away. Because I didn't see it explode while he was on the ground or anything. But the bomb just disappeared. And he did it again. Wow. They just showing you that Bison is not scared of projectiles, huh? That's their point on this? I went through projectiles? I love how the fact that it looks like to do the head stomp, you're actively hitting a kick button in the air now. Right? So before you would do the head stomp, he would go into the head stomp, but if you hit a punch, he would do the devil's reverse. Now it looks like when you go into the air, you have to hit kick, which makes him stop and instantly drop down, right? So you're actually triggering the stomp, right? That's what it looks like to me. And then he runs away and charges up that whole time, uses the OD Psycho Crusher to go right through him. Oh, God, he has the knee. He has the knee. The scary, scary Bison knee. Does Psycho Crusher hit high like Sumo Headbutt? Probably. I don't know. To be honest, we don't know yet. I'm assuming it's just going to be a move you can block standing or crouching. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But there it is, the link into the OD Scissors, into the sick-ass launch. So that's the end of his V-Skill 2. Remember, he had the V-Skill 2 where he would come into the screen and launch you with the knee. They just put it at the end of the scissor kick, and he just does it with arms folded the whole entire time. And then he goes into the Panchy Punch and plants the bomb. And here's the drive impact. I do wish they would have drawn the arm for Bison behind Guile or something. I don't know. It looks weird how his arm is in front of Guile. It's kind of weird. What do you mean Blanca Ball hits low? Blanca Ball definitely doesn't hit low. They're all the same. You can block them high or low. There shouldn't be a difference between them. And then here we go. Medium punch, OD scissor kick, bomb explodes, launch, drive rush buttons into this hammer punch here. Into Punchy Punch, plant the bomb, bounce him off the ground, activate the super, bam. So this must be his level 2. Bison is actually really cool in this game. Oh, back to the original outfit. Punch. This is the crazy combo. Odie Psycho Crusher, which does this thing here. Whose move does this remind me of? Who's the one that has this move that I'm thinking of in a fighting game? God, who has this move? Like, I feel like, I mean, it looks kind of like Dalsum Standing Fierce from some of the older games, but anyways, so he does this. And he blows you up off of the OD Psycho Crusher. And then he OTGs you. So I don't know if this is a ground bounce or an OTG. It looks like it's a ground bounce. So it looks like Guile is ground bouncing. Okay, because he does pop back up into the screen. See, like you can see him kind of like popping up again. See, it's not that he's lying on the ground. He's clearly bouncing up. Like, look at him relative to the background. He's definitely bouncing up. OTG means off the ground. It means you can hit someone off the ground while they're lying there, which a lot of versus games allow you to do. Guilty Gear lets you hit people off the ground, etc., etc. And yes, off the ground, aka OTG, 100% certified J. Chenzor terminology. I made it up, and now it is part of FGC lexicon. So that's what it is now. So, but boom, ground bounce into another Psycho, into the level 3, and blap. And it looks like his level 3 is a Psycho Crusher. Because it looks like he's trying to charge at you like that. Psycho Crusher into your chest, into the sky, back down, kaboom. And who knows if this is the CA or the, or just the level 3, right? We don't know. Yep, that's GameFAQs guide day for sure. Again, that was me. But yeah, Bison definitely looking a little tattered, but gets on his horse and once again, and then rides away. It's even in his character selection too. You can even see the horse during the character select too, which is hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, Bison's theme. Do I want to play this? Am I going to get DMCA'd if I play this theme? I know it's been a little... he's never had pupils. He's never had pupils. Okay, so the CA is different, so Justin and Rufo have it in their videos. Okay, that makes sense. But, you know, with the way that DMCAs have been happening recently, I'm not going to play this music. So instead, we're just going to go to the gameplay details on the Steam blog here. Hot off the Metro City presses, we've just announced the epic roster for Year 2 of Street Fighter 6. Hitting the streets are Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranui from the legendary fighting game series Fatal Fury, etc., etc. We can't wait to share you, but for now, let's put a smile on your village return for M.Bison. Gahahaha! M.Bison returns to Street Fighter 6 on June 26th. As the first character from Year 2, but this time he has more to prove to himself than the pests he once crushed beneath him. From riches to rags, the fallen dictator gallops across the land on his stallion, searching for an identity to make him smile. So there you go, that's M.Bison. You can see some of the, you know, concept art stuff, how, you know, one of the boots is kind of mostly intact, the other one isn't. I like how they actually just write Vega and M.Bison on here. I gotta wonder, are they ever going to just one day try to do the Resident Evil, Biohazard, Final Fantasy VII kind of thing and just be like, you know what? We're just gonna pick one. we're just gonna go with that one, and let's just go. Right, the original voice actor for Bison, also Johnny. Also, a lot of very famous anime characters. Norio Wakamoto is not returning. I don't think he returned for Johnny either, right? And so, you know, it's unfortunate. But again, I mean, you know, if he is just getting too old, let the man rest, dude. Let the man rest. Oh, he is Johnny in Strive. He's Johnny again, huh? Wow. Okay. But honestly, like, interestingly enough, like, normally a lot of things I prefer, you know, one or the, a lot of times I kind of prefer Japanese names of things. But in this particular instance, if they Cell, that's who it was, yeah. If they actually picked one set of names, I kind of actually like the US names better. So yeah, so if you're wondering why Vega is there, John the Automaton, is because in Japan, when they first came out, Boxer is named M.Bison as a parody of Mike Tyson because he clearly looked like Mike Tyson. The guy with the claw was named Balrog, and Dictator was named Vega. So that was their original names. And in America, to avoid any lawsuits from M.Bison suing them, they swapped their name so that Boxer became Balrog, the Claw Dude became Vega, and now the Dictator is M.Bison. And the only reason why I like that this one's a little bit better is because Vega is a good Spanish name. Vega works as a Spanish name, and I think that's really, really important there. Why not just swap two? I have no idea. If you guys have the chance, where is it here? Or Glory, was it behind the Glory? Bison, let me see if I can find this. Yes, so Balrog Behind the Glory. If you ever have a chance to watch this, this was shown at EVO. This is a fan-made comedy sketch, like about a documentary about Boxer, and it's absolutely hilarious, and the acting is way better in it than it has any right to be. But there is a wonderful scene about this because, you know, throughout this whole entire documentary, they call him Mike Bison. I don't know if you guys will actually watch this. Again, this is made by a friend of a friend, so, and it was shown at EVO, so I don't feel bad for doing this. But there's such a great scene here. Daltamond, what do you think? Should I spoil that the poker scene? Should I spoil the poker scene because it's so good? Should I do that or should I not do that, honestly? I just want, because it's like one of the best scenes in the thing. You should watch the whole thing. You know what? I'll show it because it'll make you want to watch the rest of it. So, but this is one of the best scenes in this whole entire thing. So here you go.
Suckers.
Yeah, so here we
As
go.
for divorce, Bison becomes paranoid that he's gonna lose all his assets in a lawsuit. Fortunately for Bison, Vega and his top assassin Borok were susceptible to gambling. Suckers.
Well, hold on. I gotta get this on record. See, this is why you don't go all in when there's already a pair on the table. Not only did my boy Vega and the pretty boy over here lose $4 million apiece, they also lost their names. From now on, you will be Mike Bison, and you, Vega. And I would be Balrog. Wait. Where you going? Vega! Come on back, Vega, where you going? You don't like your name? I'll give you another one. How about salad?
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Shout outs, that's from Chubby Boy Films right there. Like I said, if you guys know who Madge is, you know, who used to work on SonicHurricane.com and stuff, he was the executive producer of this show, and it was one of his friends who made that movie, and it's great. It's great, dude. I want that to be canon, like, so we can just explain it, you know? Because I love the fact that, Resident Evil 7 is called Resident Evil 7 Biohazard in America. And in Japan, it's called Biohazard 7 Resident Evil. Because they were just like, they merged the names together. Now I think it's just Resident Evil because it's literally called the RE engine that they're doing this. But in case you guys didn't know, Resident Evil was always Biohazard in Japan. Just like, Castlevania is an American name, even though nowadays most people just refer to it as Castlevania as opposed to whatever Japanese know Dracula, etc., etc. The RE makes are called Biohazard RE in Japan. There you go. Yeah. So, also Sonic Hurricane being up is still good because it has one of the best footsie guides that you have. By the way, RE doesn't stand for Resident Evil? What does it stand for, Nino Diablo? I could have swore it was the Resident Evil engine because they were using it for, it's Reach the Moon engine? Really? Really? Whoa. That's crazy. I mean, they really do call Mega Man Rock every once in a while, so even in the American games. But, this was back then when they didn't think Americans would like anything Japanese, and so they just did all this stupid stuff, and now they all regret it, so. But first appearing as a playable character in Champion Edition, as a series staple, M.Bison is comfortable with his moveset, even if he now has both charge and motion inputs. As they said, the double knee press, the scissor kick, is now quarter circle forward plus kick. Being on the brink of death has the reason why I'm not reading this whole thing is you should go to the Steam blog and read it. I'm not trying to take clicks away from the Steam blog. Being on the brink of death has altered M.Bison's approach from the skies, namely with Shadow Rise, a quick and high-reaching jump that has two follow-ups. The first is iconic head press, where the ex-dictator stomps on the opponent's head. This can be in turn followed with another aerial attack, somersault skull diver, to keep the pressure from the air. The second follow-up from Shadow Rise is Devil's Reverse. So yeah, it definitely sounds like you have to manually input both of them now, where the head stomp isn't just the head stomp anymore. A shift in, the whole reason why he was called Rock, was the music references. Rock, roll, bass, treble, etc., etc. And so that's why when he became the super-powered robot, he was called Rock Man. So he became a superhero named Rock Man, and that's why he was called Rock Man. It's named after rock and roll, but in America, they're like, Rock Man sounds stupid, so we'll call him Mega Man. And now it's just kind of like both. The hardest part for the Japanese side of things is that since a lot more of the world gets the westernized names, that the westernized names are more popular, honestly. So M.Bison hits the opponent again with another back fist combo, Psycho Crush attack, or Del. Plant Psycho Mines in his opponents with a new move, back fist combo. Once attached, these mines will detonate on their own after a short time. Or if M.Bison hits the opponent again with another back fist combo, Psycho Crusher attack, or Devil's Reverse. So not the scissor kick, interestingly enough. They didn't say the double knee press triggers it automatically. Psycho Mines are key to M.Bison's pressure and mind games in Street Fighter 6. He can detonate them to make certain moves safe on block or to give him the advantage. So it doesn't seem like he has the fist pump, bomb explosion activation now. It's just if the mine is on you and you get hit by the back fist combo, the Psycho Crusher attack, or Devil's Reverse, it just blows up automatically. And that is in addition to the extra damage and potential follow-ups. Opponents should be cowering in fear when a mine is planted, but there is a glimmer of hope since hitting M.Bison will make the mines disappear. Bison's level 1 super is the knee press Nightmare. Level 2 is the Psycho Punisher. Looks like it's going to be really good at punishing. If this move is better at punishing projectiles than Kim's level 2, I will be really mad. And then finally, the level 3, the Ultimate Psycho Crusher, which we've seen before. Outfit 2 is his classic. And so over 1 year later, we were in awe of how much support the community showed us for the entire Street Fighter team. Thank you for streaming the game for hours on end, playing it in tournaments of all kinds, creating fan art and cosplays that have our jaws dropping, and sharing your passion with us. So that's M.Bison. And so, again, he looks really strong. And, you know, Akuma, now that he's been out for a few weeks now, you know, a lot of people, and it's interesting, because from the trailer, Akuma looked really strong. But what's weird is that a lot of people have been like, I don't think he's as good as people say he was. They're saying his moves are stubby, that it's hard to get within range and stuff like that. Now, obviously, when he hits you, you die. The opposite, when you hit him, he dies. And exactly, so Tokido has already dropped Akuma. There was somebody else that has dropped Akuma already as well. That's very interesting as well. That was kind of a surprise. But again, EVO is right around the corner, and so is EWC. And, you know, these players are going to compete in that event. There's a lot of money to be won, so maybe they don't think it's time to really get into those characters. Maybe they don't feel like they have enough practice time with the character at this point. And so, you know, perhaps, they don't think he's bad, and that's why they're switching. Because, like, you saw Mena RD. Mena's like, this character is ridiculous. And a lot of people are calling Ken, you know, the weakest Shoto right now. But, I mean, Ken seems to be doing all right, especially if Tokido is going back to him, you know. Or Tokido is only using Ken in tournaments because he doesn't want to show off all of his Akuma tech. Because EVO and EWC are right around the corner, perhaps that means it's a short enough time that he can save that stuff for nationals, basically. I mean, Ryu is kind of nuts now. Ryu is kind of nutty, but yeah, this could be downplay tech, right? Because Ryu is good. It's debatable who's better between Ryu and Ken, but again, this current Season 2 balance patch has proven to be really, really good. Because, like, I have heard, like, opposite things about every character, right? Like, some people are like, Manon still sucks. And I've heard some people like, I might pick Manon. I think she's better than people think she is. Lily, El Chicote, one combo breaker, you know, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot out there, but again, not sure. We'll see what Tokido's doing. He might show up with Akuma all of a sudden. Yeah, absolutely could be downplaying him, right? Absolutely could be downplaying him, because that's definitely a strategy that people can use. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. So, and yeah, Ken, I think, is still strong. I don't think any sort of, people proclaiming Ken is done is all. I mean, like, it happened everywhere. When we were at DreamHack Dallas, you know, even Mena on an interview was like, okay, I was kind of wrong about Blanca. He's still kind of good. So I'm happy about that. Problem X was like, dude, Blanca's still good. He's fine. And then even Hot Dog was like, DJ's still good. Zen got super far with DJ. So even all the characters that people were like, oh my God, they got nerfed. Like Luke, I mean, people were still doing well with Luke, and like a lot of people think Luke is mid-tier now, but Luke will be fine. So I think those balance patch is really good, shockingly good. I mean, again, the final patch for Street Fighter V was also shockingly good. So really what it comes down to is this battle team is really good at figuring out what kind of needs to be improved here and there. I haven't taken Kimberly into ranked enough to have an assessment for me personally on Kimberly, but I've been seeing some really kind of gross Kimberly tech. So we'll see how it goes. The main Kimberly tech seems to be comboing into the OD air throw and using the hard knockdown to set up the bomb mix-ups mid-screen. Because before, sometimes Kimberly had trouble getting people mid-screen to set up the bomb setups. But now if you spend the meter, you can actually get the bomb setups mid-screen. And that's actually really, really nice. So that might be one of the strengths to it. So again, maybe Akuma isn't busted. Maybe he actually is just in this really nice area. When Rashid's trailer first came out, everybody was like, oh God, he's got double jumps. Look at this crazy high-low mix-up. He's like flying at you, blah, blah, blah. And Rashid was very solid. He was in the top 10 of the top 10, you know, the classic top 10, but probably at the bottom of that, so he was kind of mid-tier. A lot of people do think Rashid might potentially be one of the best right now in Season 2, but we'll see what happens. I mean, when all the great characters were nerfed to mid-tier and all the bad characters have been buffed to mid-tier. That means everything is closer to be balanced. And again, I wouldn't even say that they've been nerfed to mid-tier and buffed to mid-tier. I would say they've more been nerfed to high tier and buffed to high tier, because honestly, even with Zangief, Manon, Kimberly, Lily in season 1, I couldn't call them anything lower than mid-tier. I didn't think they were low tier characters. I just thought they were mid-tier. And so they've gotten kind of buffed to high tier, and the top tier got nerfed to high tier. So I feel like everyone's kind of in this really nice spot. But again, you will tell a lot more after the tournaments come out, because I remember when Street Fighter 6 first dropped, everybody was talking about how good the balance was. And, you know, it definitely, you know, kind of, you know, stretched itself out to the point where it was like, clearly JP, Ken, Luke are really strong, you know. But even then, you know, that it balanced out with 10 characters being really strong, and that's like half the cast. That's actually still really, really impressive. So, again, you know, the way I look at Akuma, I feels very similar to Blanca. You know, when the game dropped, I said there's no way Blanca can be low tier, because Blanca has too much stuff. He just has so many tools that eventually people are going to find more gross things, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. However, that was based off of Lightning Beast and Blanca-chan. And I thought those two things were moldable enough that you could come up with some really gross things. And you know what? I was right. I'm sorry, I'm right. You just don't, like, you have to listen to me. And so now everybody hates Blanca. Akuma has a lot of tools. They're not as moldable as Blanca's tools. They don't open up more freestyle stuff. But I do think Akuma, I almost called him Tokido. I do think Akuma has enough that he's going to keep getting a little bit stronger and stronger and stronger. No, dude. Cammy stocks? No, dude. She lost her spin knuckle, which can't go through fireballs for 9 frames. Clearly, she is now bottom 1 in the game. Clearly, she's bottom 1 in the game. So, I have had that told to me by several people now, several Cammy users. But yeah, I do think Akuma's going to get stronger. So I do think he might end up top 5 or something like that. But we'll see, because as he gets played more, I mean, people will probably just find more optimal stuff to just kill him even faster, really, honestly. So, I mean, Blanca, it's really interesting. You can't only credit Mena, because there's a lot of people who put in work with Blanca ahead of time. You know, Wolfgang, Flash Metroid, for example. A lot of people put in a lot of good work in with Blanca. It's just that when you finally get to put all that stuff into the hands of a player like Mena or Problem X, it just becomes that much stronger. It becomes that much more effective. So, better to give her an overhead dive kick. That's right. Give Cammy her overhead dive kick. Punk still, is he sticking with Cammy, or is he thinking about going elsewhere? Because I know towards the end of season 1, Punk's frustration started falling in, and I definitely remember hearing him say a couple of times that Cammy's bad and overrated, which I kind of agreed with Punk on a little bit. But I do personally think she might be stronger this season. I just wish I would see more people use Fierce Roundhouse into the hooligan, because it's a real mix-up now. Like, I promise you, she had that in beta phases and they took it away, because that's the only way it would make sense that Fierce Roundhouse was so useless in season 1. That it was meant to lead into the hooligan mix-up, because it leads into the hooligan mix-up perfectly. Like, the frame data on it is like super perfect. I'm sorry, not Fierce Roundhouse. Heavy punch into heavy kick. Heavy punch, heavy kick into the hooligan. And it's a real mix-up now because it is perfect timing to do the overhead, the slide, drop early, or even dive kick for super plus frames. You know, even to the point where if you let it slide and it hits meaty enough that you can link level 1 and level 3 supers off of it and stuff like that. It's a really scary mix-up now that legit you can just cancel into the fast fall and that's it. And you're just plus and, you know, just play the plus game instead. So, like, even if you feel like the high-low mix-up isn't strong enough, you can still use it for damage, moving forward, keeping pressure, and having plus frames and stuff like that. It's crazy. No, Louis B, dude, there's a lot of modern Street Fighter doesn't ever refer to the buttons by those old names. Which is why on commentary, I try not to use the original names as much as possible. On commentary, I actually say heavy kick, heavy punch. It was a conscious decision I made during Street Fighter V because Capcom doesn't use jab, strong, fierce, short forward, roundhouse anywhere anymore. They don't use that terminology anywhere. Like, you cannot find it in any of Street Fighter V or Street Fighter VI. So a lot of people who have come into the scene during Street Fighter V and Street Fighter VI don't know those words. And, you know, it's kind of good because forward as medium kick has always been the most confusing one. Because when you had to plus forward made no sense. Okay, yeah, no worries, Louis B. So it's all good. Yeah, target, dude, a lot of the target combos were useless, so. Those names were only a US thing, kind of. I think they were on Japanese cabinets as well. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But for me, I will never be able to shake a lot of those names because I've been using them for 20 years. So I will slip back into it a lot. Like, I will slip back into that a lot. But I honestly do think Cammy might be stronger in this game than she was before, especially with heavy kick also being safe at every range now. Like, I think that's really strong and potent, so now she can really just poke away with that. I mean, she'll lose her turn, but she can't be punished. So, to be honest with you, I think Cammy might potentially be stronger this season. Why is Chun's up kick input so strict? You mean down, 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 down kick? I don't know. I haven't used it a lot, so I'm not sure how strict it is, to be honest with you. I don't know how strict it is. They did change some stuff so that you wouldn't accidentally get stuff that you didn't want, but I don't know how strict it is, to be honest with you. I would have to mess with it. I'm sure it's easier on a joystick than a pad. I'm sure on a hitbox it's super easy. Blooming Val asks, what do you think is Cammy's worst matchup now, in your opinion? I have no idea. Again, honestly, I played a lot at the Sajam Slam. Obviously, that was before the patch came out. The patch came out, but then I've just been grinding Tetris a lot because I really, really wanted to get Grandmaster and all this stuff and get ready for CTWC. I really haven't played rank all that much. And it's too early for me to have an opinion on that. I'm going to jump back into it. I'm going to play a lot more ranked soon. Also, you know, because I had CTWC and then the previous weekend I had DreamHack Dallas, I was traveling, I was doing those things, so I couldn't even play on the weekends. And so all my time was taken up by editing and trying to get videos out on YouTube because that process just takes, I mean, it's not even like long. It's not long, but it's long. Like, if you're an editor, you know exactly what I mean. Like, editing these videos is not hard. It's not long, but it's long and it's time consuming. A lot of it is the tedium of it and just things like time stamping stuff. It's just like crazy. Oh, dude, as soon as someone achieves Tetris Rebirth, like, I was like, oh, yeah, someone will get that soon. And I forgot about the level 235 where you have to clear 810 lines or something like that to advance. So, yeah. The Tetris World Championship was amazing, dude, right? Like, that's the thing. You don't even have to be a fan of Tetris. And you watch that shit, and it's like the greatest thing ever, dude. It's the greatest thing ever. and just seeing what the players are doing and what they're accomplishing. And that's why, again, as I said, I'm one of the best commentators at this. That's why I took the time during top 8 to every once in a while be like, this is hard. Like, I know people are sitting there thinking, oh, this looks hard, but there's people out there, because they're good at modern Tetris, are probably like, I could probably do this. And I had to emphasize, I was like, you have to realize how difficult this is. Rolling is not easy. NES Tetris is super, super hard, like, to play, you know, like, that's the thing, is like, my goal is to make everybody appreciate how hard it is to get as good as these people are. So that's why when I talk about fighting games, I always talk about fighting games as being hard, while I talk about the NES Tetris as being hard, etc., etc. You just have to understand how hard all this stuff is so that it emphasizes how good the people who are winning these tournaments are. I never, ever, ever want anybody to think that these players are just coasting or it's easy or whatever. Like, you need to promote the skill of these players. And that is one of my main goals of commentary, which is why I spend all my time going, what? How do you even think of doing that? You know, like in real life, in various ways. That's why I do that, because I like being amazed by the players, because it makes the players sound like they're special and great, and it makes people at home realize that there's something to admire about what just happened. Because a lot of the times, like when people walk up and shimmy 3 times and nobody takes the bait, you'll hear me go, oh my God, I can't believe he didn't do anything. Like, if you don't know anything, it looks like nothing happened. But when I react that way, now you're like, oh, that was crucial, you know, et cetera, et cetera. The cheese celebration, I mean, no comment. So, they reads the kill screen one more level for next year. I mean, dude, there's so many crazy things that like how we have to think about how the Tetris tournament is played. Because while level 18 is ridiculous, like you need to play level 18, it does slow the pace of the event down, that every time they go from level 29 speeds back to level 18, level 18 looks positively slow. Positively slow. And so, like, I don't know, maybe in top 8 you have to start at level 19 now. Maybe they should think about that. Or maybe there should even be a version where now level 18 doesn't last 135 lines. Maybe it actually only lasts until 100 lines now, or something like that, to try to shorten up that period. But again, lots of things to discuss in that Tetris scene, because I have a lot more very, very controversial takes on what CTWC should do next. And I'm hoping to be able to sit down with the guy who runs it, Vince, and to talk about a lot of that stuff at one time. So, is it gonna fill? I have said that one time as a joke, but yeah, it got over 30K thanks to Maturino, which was really cool. Yeah, the color scheme. I mean, that's why some people... my favorite nickname is the Green Mile. That's my favorite nickname of that level. Is that, like, it's so hard to see because every piece is that weird dark green. Oh, man. But any case, that's Tetris. I'll talk about that on my own stream later on at some point. But that's what I got for the Bison gameplay trailers. So, again, hope you guys have enjoyed that. Hope you guys, you know, like I said, it's crazy now. They've got Bison on a horse. He's doing the thing. The It Was Tuesday stuff is all coming back into the forefront. So now I'm even more happy that I changed my show's name to It Was Tuesday, although at some point in time, Capcom may come up to me and be like, cease and desist, so they can have their own It Was Tuesday. I'll talk to them. I'll be like, can you just turn me into an official Capcom stream, and then I can just, you know, be like a new Capcom Pro Talk or something? I don't know. Anyways, I definitely would like to do more. I would definitely like to do more. So I'm here, Capcom. I'm here. But I've been streaming for 4 hours now, and I started late, so I really need to stop. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I mean, the day that this character drops to us for DLC is going to be the greatest day of our lives. It's technically not a Tuesday, but if he drops at midnight, it might as well be a Tuesday. And for some people, it probably will drop on Tuesday. If he drops at midnight East Coast, then he'll be on Tuesday timing for a lot of people in the West Coast. So, when Bison drops, it was the most important day for his life, as well as the fact that
it was Tuesday.